what was there like a most, I guess, the most dangerous situation you were in? Would you say that was that gunpoint robbery you just mentioned there?
Probably the Congo, to be honest.
Why was that?
Like,
you can't talk about it, can you?
Oh, really?
I do find it quite hard to talk about. Like, it was the only video in the YouTube series that we didn't release.
Right.
Yeah.
What's the reason? As in, like, why is it hard? Is it just emotional, that mentally for you difficult?
Yeah, mate, it was very emotional, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, basically, I thought I was going to die on a couple of occasions that day, and it was mad. Like, yeah, it was.
Yeah, no, mate.
It was like to kind of I'll try and set the scene a bit. Like DRC, as soon as we bowled up there, I think we was all a bit anxious about the whole situation. Like, it's one of the poorest countries in the world, and the locals, in my experience anyway, very subjective experience, but they were like quite hostile. People were shouting at us. Officials were trying to get money out of us from the get go. And it kind of created this thing where it's like, whoa, like we are up against it a little bit here. And then a guy, I remember that day 2, a guy came up to me with a big rock that had a load of spikes in it and was like, I'm going to lob this over your head if you don't give me £3. And I gave him £1 because I was like, I'm not about to fight you over £3, but also I don't want to look like I'm giving you too much.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. And then I woke up, I was going to run 100k because we'd hit 100k on YouTube, and I said that I'd run 100k, and then basically lost the boys because the van couldn't go down this road. It was like no tarmac, all these mud paths. Got separated from them. They tried to kind of like rearrange a meeting point with me, but then like signal died out. Ran out of water, ran out of food, ran into this village. I kind of tried to keep my head down and just get through because I was already like quite scatty at this point. I was quite on edge with the whole situation, and the locals weren't very happy with me. They ended up trying to get money out of me, and then walked me out into the bush. 2 guys with machete.
Jesus,
I was shitting myself bad, and then basically emptied my bag, had nothing but biscuits, gave my biscuits, legged it. There was all kind of like commotion running through the jungle. And then 2 guys on a motorbike came. They said like, they were trying to communicate to me, but it was their Lingala and I'm speaking English. I have no idea what they're saying. They kind of tried to communicate. They were going to take me to my friends. I was like, oh, I don't know if this is true. Like, this is normally the boys would send a note when they were sending people for me. They had no notes or anything. And I was like, oh. But I'd ran like 50 something K. I had no water. I was really dehydrated. I was really hungry. My phone had no signal. I was like, kind of not got a choice. I was like, it's either this or I'm like camping in the jungle overnight. And I was like, oh, that's probably not a good idea either.
Yeah.
So went with them. I was like, if I'm not back with the boys in like half an hour, then I know it's bad news. And then I ended up being on the motorbike for 7 hours. Yeah, rough,
mate.
And then ended up in this rural village. It was middle of the night. Got took to this little wooden hut. A bunch of men were arguing about how much money I owed them. And then the second chief of the village spoke a few words in English. I managed to kind of say to him like, look, if you call my mate, they can come over. We'll get the money. It's all going to be all right. Then they kind of spoke, we got it arranged, but the boys had such a hard time getting to me because we're 7 hours in the jungle. There's no tarmac, pure jungle stuff. So eventually the boys got to me. We squared everything away. And it was all right.
Jesus Christ,
it
mate.
was
That is
like the roughest. It was rough, man.
Yeah.
Damn. Well,
Jesus,
luckily,
mate. Well, I'm glad. It sounds like you're lucky to be out of there. Honestly.
Yeah. It was probably the toughest few days of my life.
Did you take a couple of days off after that? Or?
Nah.
No.
Put in another 2.
Probably better to just get back on and get the mission going, really.
Also,
don't want to be thinking about
it. Without slandering, I just wanted to get out of there, man. I just wanted to get out of the country. I was like, we'd had such a rough experience, and we'd found that like even the police and stuff were mugging it more than anyone else. Do you know what I mean? So I was like, nah, let's get it gone as quickly as possible.
Mate,
damn,
that sounds absolutely wild, honestly.
Worth noting that that is a very subjective experience of a tiny part of the week for the DRC for like a week. It's a massive country. There's loads of people that are very friendly. It's just
it happens.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got places. There's places in England you want to run through.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
No, that sounds like that's fascinating, and especially in the sense that, like, you know, there is probably like not loads of that particular moments, but there's going to be loads of sketchy things that would have happened. And like I said earlier, like just the fact that people won't realize actually how dangerous not only like physically the feat is, but also the situations you're going to find yourself in.
Yeah. And like for every moment like that, there were so many more moments that were like people taking us in for the night, feeding us, like going so far out of their way to try and help us, like, you know, 100 to 1 the amount of times that people were doing something amazing for us to compare the times where it went a bit
Did you have like a favorite country that you enjoyed the most? And maybe that's for like the running scenery.
Yeah, different countries for different reasons. Like I really, you know, Angola, especially after robbery, the people banded around us so amazingly trying to support us. So that was incredible. And, you know, people in Windhoek in Namibia were amazing. I really loved like Northern Africa, like Mauritania, Algeria, Tunisia. People were great as well. Yeah, I mean, honestly, there was highlights from every country where I was like, oh, that was sick, you know. It's hard to kind of say favourite. I'd maybe say Namibia.
Yeah.
I really want to go back to Namibia at some point.
Sick.
Yeah.
What, just on like a holiday one?
Man, like they've got great like nature parks with like lions, elephants, rhinos.
I've heard that actually.
Yeah.
My mum actually told me to go to Namibia.
They've got the skeleton coast where like the sand dunes go straight into the sea, and then you got like the seals. You might have seen it on like
the
David Attenborough stuff and that. It's pretty.
That's unreal.
Unreal country. It's really sparsely populated as well. So there's like not that many people there. But when you see them, they're well friendly.
What, like this type of thing?
Yeah,
Wow, that almost looks AI, bro.
Yeah.
That don't look real.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's hitting though.
Absolutely.
Not quite Blackpool.
Oh wait, well, look at that.
I made that job 10 times.
The shipwreck. Yeah, that's wild. Did you see anything like crazy while you're running? Do you know what I mean? Like maybe that's wildlife. Like
craziest thing I saw.
Yeah.
Dark, dead man on the side of the road.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Just dead man rotting away on the side of the road. I was like, whoa, that's nuts.
Is that the first time you've seen it?
You'd ever seen?
Yeah.
In Nigeria, did you say that was?
Yeah.
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 Was that the first time you ever seen? Just like
I don't think so, to be fair.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen someone dead. So that'd blow me away.
It was mad.
Yeah.
It was kind of mad. He was just like cars driving past. Like it was a main road.
Like it was just like a standard thing.
Literally just like on the side of the road dead. I was like, what?
Oh, that's rough.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Damn.